In this video, we're going to be talking about everything and anything that has to do with conservatorship, the meaning of this concept, and why there's been such a huge fuss about conservatorship in recent times, okay? So if you're interested in this content and you want to learn more about this concept, why don't you think about going down and smashing the subscribe button? I appreciate my old-timers who are coming back for more in this episode, and even those who are just stumbling on our channel for the first time. Thank you so much for hanging around and sticking around to see your boy. I want you to go down, smash the subscribe button, and while you're down there, click the bell icon to turn on the notification bell so when we drop new content, you can always catch our videos when they drop. And if you like the kind of videos we put out, because we always put out travel and tourism videos every Mondays and Thursdays, if you like the kind of content we put out, why don't you think about giving us a thumbs up? It helps us a lot. It tells the YouTube algorithm that the videos we put out or the content we put out are relevant and valuable to you, and it can recommend these videos to people around the world just like yourself, okay? So why don't you hold on to that thought, why don't you hold on to your notepad, your pen, and I'm going to move on to the market now, and I'll be right back on the other side with more.
You know the way I do it when I drop lyrical. Anytime I spit lyrical, philosophical. All the niggas mimical, but this fair still won't take it literal. Punchlines collateral. Maximum damage.
Hello YouTube, hello Chronicles. How are you all doing today? I still remain your boy Fuse on the Fuse Chronicles. Now in this video, we're going to be talking about everything that has to do with conservatorship. So guys, I have to put this out there, okay? I'm not a lawyer, okay? I'm not a legal practitioner. I'm not an accountant. All contents of this video have to do with my capacity as a certified business administrator. Please don't take what I'm saying as legal counsel, neither should you take it as maybe I'm a financial specialist. I'm just putting this information out there as a layman who is trying to break this concept down to lay people out there so they can understand what this term, what terminology means, okay? So let's move on to the video. What is the meaning of conservatorship? It's been in the news. Britney Spears was filed to end her conservatorship. Amanda Burns filed to end her conservatorship. All the celebrities are filing to end their conservatorship. What is the meaning? Now, very simple. A conservatorship is literally a legal proceeding where a court judge appoints a person as the legal representative to oversee and administer the affairs of an individual or the individual's estate. The person who is usually appointed to oversee the affairs of the individual or the individual's estate is usually a relative of that individual. And the court, through investigation, has been able to determine that this person whose affairs and estate is being managed or represented by someone else lacks the capacity to make decisions, basic decisions such as clothes to wear, food to eat, where to stay. So the person's decision-making process has been impaired, maybe due to a mental problem or a mental breakdown. We would remember that Britney Spears got into a conservatorship sometime, if I'm not mistaken, this was in 2008, if I'm not mistaken. This was because she was going through some personal crisis at the time, and her dad or her father, James Spears, was appointed by a probate judge to legally administer her personal affairs and the affairs of her estate. In Nigeria, a conservatorship is called legal guardianship. A legal guardianship in Nigeria usually applies to children, and is usually when a child maybe is born into a wealthy home and the parents die, or the parents are unable to look after their children, or the parents lack the financial wherewithal to look after their children. A high court judge or a magistrate court judge could appoint a legal guardian for that child or for those children. This usually is under the Child's Right Act for Nigeria. In England, on the other hand, it's not called a conservatorship, it's called a deputyship. Usually, it's the Court of Protection in England that appoints the legal representative to administer personal affairs or administer his estate. In England, this is usually guided under the Mental Act of 2005, when it has been determined that this person lacks the mental capacity to administer or make basic decisions, like I said before, such as clothes to wear, food to eat, where to stay, but has the resources to make this happen. So two deputies, usually conservatorships are in two kinds. There's a personal conservatorship where a conservator looks after making decisions for the person, such as the clothes the person is going to wear, the food the person is going to eat, the place the person is going to live, the house where he's going to go to, the visitors are supposed to visit this person. And there's also a conservatorship by estate, or an estate conservatorship, where the conservator administers your finances, pays for your estate, or pays your bills from your own personal finances. There are usually lots of reports that conservators have to file in a year. They have to file an activity report that catalogs all your activities for the month or for the year. They have to file tax returns that tells the court and the IRS the financial activities that has been carried out on the person who is being administered accounts. In Canada, it is called a legal guardianship. And a conservator is appointed by the Supreme Court in Canada. So the Supreme Court decides that this person lacks the mental capacity or the mental fortitude to make vital decisions that has to do with his welfare, and appoints either a personal legal guardian for this person or a guardian to oversee this person's estate. Usually, two people are appointed, but in some cases, one person could do the job, making decisions for your personal well-being, as well as administering your estate. This is how it works. This is the meaning of conservatorship. The problem is, most people, maybe they start out being unable, lacking the mental capacity to make these decisions for themselves, but eventually, they overgrow these inefficiencies or this lack of mental wherewithal that made them get into the conservatorship. And they have full control of their faculties eventually. Whatever mental problem they were going through, they get healed of these mental problems. But opting out of the conservatorship becomes very, very difficult. Maybe the person who has been appointed by the probate court, if it's in the state of California in the United States, or the Supreme Court in Canada, or the High Court or Magistrate Court in Nigeria, or the Court of Protection in England and Wales, maybe these people appointed have found this position very lucrative and they don't want to relinquish such control. The problem that has to be, the problem that most people who are being administered over is getting or wresting back control of their finances and their estate from the people who were legally appointed by the court to administer this. Now, if someone who has gotten into a conservatorship, such a big word, someone who has gotten into a conservatorship wants to get out of it, you have to file a petition with the appropriate court. For Americans, usually it's guided by the California Act. So for America, you have to go to a probate court and file it in that court to file a petition, in that court to relinquish or to end your conservatorship. This is what Britney Spears did. This is what Amanda Burns is in the process of doing. If you are in Nigeria, you can file a petition with the High Court or the Magistrate Court. In Nigeria, for Nigeria, when a child reaches the age of 18, the legal guardianship is annulled. So that's its natural term life. When a child gets to 18, he can file a petition to end his conservatorship. In Canada, you have to go to the Supreme Court of your province to file a petition to end your conservatorship. In England, it's the Court of Protection. Okay? So I want to believe that by now you've been hearing about conservator. Oh, Barack Obama, conservatorship. Oh my God, Goodluck Jonathan, conservatorship. Macron, conservatorship. What is this? this. I want to believe that by now you now know the meaning of conservatorship and how it applies for people in Nigeria, how it applies to people in Canada, in the United Kingdom. When I mean the United Kingdom, I mean England and Wales and people in the United States, okay? So if this video was helpful to you, it was valuable to you, why don't you go down and smash the subscribe button. I can see some activities going on down there already, new subscribers coming on board. I thank you for supporting your boy and helping us grow together. And while you're down there, why don't you think about turning on the bell icon? It's your notification bell. So you turn on the notification, so when we drop new content just as this, you catch the videos when we drop. And if this video was helpful to you, maybe you didn't know the meaning of conservatorship before, but you now do, why don't you think about giving us a thumbs up? It helps us a lot. It tells the YouTube algorithm that the contents we drop are valuable to you, and you can find more people like you around the world to show these videos to, okay? Or maybe somehow you have someone who is going through a process of conservatorship and wants to opt out and doesn't know what to do, or you have someone who you want to commit into a conservatorship. Why don't you think about sharing this video with friends, family, and people you might know out there so that the word can spread and people can get guided to make the right decisions, okay? And if you want to get close to Fuse, ask me questions, slide into my DM. Why don't you think about following me on Instagram? My Instagram handle is up there. It's at Fuse Chronicles. So you can follow me on Twitter. My Twitter handle also is at Fuse Chronicles. Or you can follow me on TikTok, okay? My TikTok handle is also at Fuse Chronicles. Okay? And like I always say, happiness is your property. You owe it to yourself to be happy. It's not the position of your husband, your wife, your brother, your sister, your cousins, your niece, your nephews, your dad, your mom to make you happy. It's your job to make yourself happy. So choose to be happy today. And whatever toxic situation or relationship you might be in, why don't you exit that situation so you can just dwell with positive vibes all the time, okay? And until the next one, I still remain your boy Fuse on the Fuse Chronicles. I'll catch you all on the next cards. Bye-bye for now.